funny. I did the post-match pint with Robbo last night, and it was straight after the game, and I felt a bit like I couldn't figure out what had happened, but I thought I'll have some clarity in the morning.
Have you got any clarity?
To be honest, I haven't, mate. I'm still a bit. I mean, last night I was just a bit drunk and confused, and now I'm a little bit hungover and confused. That's the only difference. I still don't know whether it was a good point. You know, it's still. You know, it feels like, you know, the fact the games of football are going on ahead at all is a sort of a surprise, of course, a celebration. I don't know. I was pleased to watch a game, to be honest with you, mate.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think in the cold light of day, I think I'm ultimately disappointed and frustrated, but not really surprised. I think if if you take away the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League right now, an informed Thiago Alcantara and your captain, and shove in James Milne and Naby Keita, who haven't started a game in God knows how long, and a child, you know, Tottenham away is going to be a hard place to go and get anything. I think, you know, regardless of whether they've been playing well, whether they've been playing at all, it does. I do feel a little bit deflated by it, truth be told. But like you say, you know, we got to watch a game of football, which is more than most people got to do this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think part of the deflation is like, you know, we know what it takes to win a league, and we know that, you know, any points are dropped ones, unfortunately. And, you know, in the olden days when we were lads, you know what I mean, a point at Spurs would be good, whereas now you just almost feel like, you know, any time you slip up, and City obviously get the win, they're rubbing their hands together a little bit. Yeah,
it's you know, with a team like City don't seem to have had any COVID cases either, do they?
No, not yet.
They seem to be doing all right with all that, and they seem to be fielding like pretty full-strength teams and absolutely decimating teams as well, by the way. I mean, they're banging goals in for fun. Yeah. So that's, you know, that's the kind of benchmark that we need to be reaching, you know, on a consistent level, and we have been, which is why it feels so frustrating to drop a couple of points. But we've still got to play City, so, you know, and it's a long season. There's going to be more twists and turns. So I'm not defeated, but I just feel a bit flat, and also the nature of it as well. You know, you don't want to be talking about refereeing performances, but that's one of the worst refereeing performances and VAR performances that I've seen since the last awful refereeing performance and VAR decisions.
You know? It's funny because a lot of people were moaning about the referee in the Villa game, and I wasn't as you know, I didn't think he was great, to be honest with you, but I wasn't really, you know, I was surprised, you know, how much people were talking about the ref after that one, because I sort of feel if you're going to moan about that ref, then you've got nowhere to go when this happens, where this guy just goes, oh, that's fine.
I think Neil called the refereeing performance of the Villa game, I think he called it death by 1,000 cuts. And that was what it felt like. It just felt like 95 minutes of just sort of like miserable decisions, whereas this was just getting the really, really big, important decisions wrong. And I don't understand that we're still talking about VAR, or rather the implementation of VAR. Like, why are you not reviewing Harry Kane's challenge? Like, that's I can't understand for me. You know, and then it comes out. I've read this morning that the reason he didn't get a red card was because our lad jumps up in the air. And it's like, if he doesn't jump up in the air, he's a broken leg. Yeah. So did I miss a meeting? I mean, what are we doing here? So, you know, it's another reason to be frustrated. And I think, you know, I'm sure all the back pages this morning are about, you know, Harry Kane and should he or shouldn't he have been sent off. And I think if you send Robbo off, I mean, it's, you know, without any consistency at all, I don't know how you don't send Harry Kane off, because that's a really, really, really dangerous tackle.
It's a crazy one, and you know, you're just looking for a bit of reason, and you're looking for consistency. We're all looking for consistency, but also, like, you know, what is the thought process? Why wasn't it? It didn't even feel like it was particularly looked at, to be honest with you. So why was the referee encouraged, obviously, to go over to the monitor and look at the Robbo one, but not for Keita? He seems to be playing almost sort of straight away. It's like, oh, it's fine, it's completely fine, nothing to see here.
It's almost like they realised that they ballsed up the first decision. So it's like, so if there's ever going to be, if there's another big tackle in the game, right? So we're going to have to have a look at that, and we're going to have to take a second look and make ultimately the you know, a big decision on that, because we messed up the previous one, which is just a mad way to work. And I think, you know, and look, Jurgen getting a yellow card and being absolutely furious was absolutely spot on. I mean, I'd have been livid if I'd have been there.
To get full access to this show, click on the link in the post and subscribe to Tour Premium. You get all of our content, including previews, reviews, post-match content, exclusive interviews, and loads of transfer chats. So subscribe to the Anfield Wrap now. We share the journey of supporting Liverpool from heart of the city.